Alright, back to this again. Just remember, everyone who supported me on Patreon got to see preview images, work in progress shots, and high resolution images of the completed figure. If you want to join them, link is right below. Alright, this is a commission for BGShadowGT. It is her fan character, Frenzy. And what a wild character design that is, isn't it? It almost looks like if Sonic discovered Super Saiyan 3 and was a girl. You know, I've had some people who wanted me to make like a Super Saiyan 3 styled Super Sonic, like some version of Hypersonic, but he's a Super Saiyan 3. But they all just present this blob of pixels and expect me to work something out of it. Well, Shadow here actually came up with a design that would actually be workable, and I actually had something to, plan it from. Alright, so I want to say that Frenzy was a silver base, but it's really only the torso and head. And even then, the head is super silvers, technically. The hands and arms come from a Freerider Sonic figure, the legs are Super Shadows, and the feet are a Tails figures. But really, 99% of the story of this figure is the head, so let's get into that. I didn't just start with a Supersonic head because the spines are too big. BG Shadow said that although the pattern is similar to Supersonics, they're not as big as Supersonics. So basically, I had to resculpt a slightly smaller Supersonic head, and then add a whole bunch of extra stuff to that. As you can see, there's a foam core, which I kind of call it the ponytail of the spine. The spine of the spines is what I guess you would call it. And I had to gradually make this bit by bit. Like, I started from the top, and I gradually worked my way down. I actually had to wait for some of the spines to harden before I could even start sculpting the next ones, lest I accidentally mush things out of place. So, yeah, this head took me, I think 2 to 3 days just to sculpt by itself. And it was quite the task, because I had to make sure that not only did I capture this incredibly complex shape, but it also had to be able to go back onto the body, meaning it had to neatly slot in between Silver's back spines and not impact into his tail. A lot of work went into making this head, is what I'm trying to get at, and I hope that you people watching this video appreciate what I do for you guys. After everything that went into the head, the modifications to the body are actually quite mundane. I mean, you see me make a female torso out of Silver's body a lot of times. Just, pinch down the waist a little bit, add some little boobies, beef up the bum a little bit. And she does have some clothing elements, like her dress kind of comes to a point in the front and back, and she has this kind of cool scarf thing. And the scarf has these things over his shoulders, like it's all tattered and ragged, but then the cool part is what comes out behind her. Like it all billows out there. I simply cut that shape out of craft foam and then stuck it onto the shoulders, of course making sure there's room for the actual arms to still go into their shoulder sockets and move around. Not an idiot. I've been doing this for a hell of a long time to make such an amateurish mistake as that. And I guess the only other notable thing is on the legs. Like, I noticed in the reference picture, she had these little transparent cone things around her calves. And at first I thought I was gonna have to skip out on that, but then I tried it. I took this is like the plastic from a little baggie, like what you get earbuds in. And I cut them into cone shapes, and I was able to stick them over the legs, and they're held in place by being put back into the feet. So even that little detail, I was still able to capture it. So yeah, I'm riding pretty high on myself. Alright, so with all these details in, let's go ahead and put the figure back together and see what it looks like. And there she goes, Frenzy! Now, again, this is just because of the camera flash. I actually specially mixed a new skin tone paint to better match the color of Sonic's arms. And I thought it looked pretty good, then I took a picture of it and it still looks all messed up, but I guess that's just how a camera flash makes things look. But yeah, I just wanted to get ahead of the people who said, you really need to paint much better. It's the camera. So yeah, that's a really cool design, and Of course, you really can't turn her head because her spine mullet goes so neatly in between Silver's two spines in the back, but all the other articulation, including the waist swivel, is still intact, so you can still get quite a few poses. And quite frankly, it's a freaking miracle that this thing can still stand. I'm actually sending a stand with it just in case. So, yep, that was Frenzy. I got a couple other figures I'm working on right now. They should be done in a day or so. So we'll see you then. This is Wake Angel 2001 signing off.